Yup, temperatures are rising so fast the roads are melting on their own, people are getting third-degree burns from walking outside, and this is only the beginning. People were terrified after citizens across Europe were fighting over air conditioning in stores. With so many units running, the European Commission shut off its own as the grid was about to go out, turning homes into a 150-degree hot box, pools feeling like hot tubs, with many yelling there is no escape. Haunting reports show a train in Germany caught fire from the heat alone. One city lost power 8 times in a single day, and a developing El Nino is expected to supercharge the rest of the summer across the continent. But it gets much worse as 2026 is on track to become the hottest year in human history. Heat domes are now forming across the entire planet at the same time, and scientists are warning that we may have already crossed the point where this becomes the new normal.
And by late autumn or early winter, there's a 2 in 3 chance it will become strong or even very strong.
Forecasters are already warning a second heat dome is forming over Western Europe, expected to lock in by July 7th, and could push temperatures even higher. And 1 in 5 people on Kalshi already predicted 2026 would become the hottest year ever recorded.
They will realize that as the hole in the ozone layer gets larger and larger, more and more sunlight is allowed to enter our environment, and more people who have pale faces are going to die of melanoma, which is a skin cancer that you get if you don't have enough melanin in your skin. Let me tell you, people of color are going to be very much in demand for reproduction in the future. And mark my words, you're laughing now, but you wait 20 years. You won't even have to wait 20 years, because they're going to see that if they want their children, their grandchildren, and their great-grandchildren to survive, they're going to have some melanin in their skin. That's the way it's going to be. This is going to take care of itself.
So apparently when it gets hot, Europe melts. But they want you to believe that this is the infrastructure of modernity. They sold you an economic system that said it is better to find the cheapest way to mass produce something than to build for longevity, for quality of life. And then they traveled all across the world, enslaving, colonizing, teaching all of us that we're inferior, that we should copy their ways instead of our own. But most of us, and I'm talking about the alleged third world, already knew how to build for heat before air conditioning existed. Prior to colonization, most of us used vernacular architecture. Local craftsmen using natural materials that have practical use. None of this cookie cutter, copy and paste crap. I want y'all to get this. They showed us all this imagery of West Africa and told us that they were poor and hungry. But mud, brick, and rammed earth, they absorb heat, so it's not sitting in your home. Thatch roofs, they protect you from the sun and allow heat to rise out of your home. No electricity needed. We see the exact same common sense in Pebblewind architecture in the American Southwest. We see it in Persia, in North Africa. In China, they built underground homes where it's cool all year. And then there's the ones that figured out airflow. In Iran, they had wind catchers. Caught the wind up top and brought it to the bottom. In India, they had wooden lattice screens and perforated stone facades. So you had durable architecture with shade that wind could flow through. In Southeast Asia, they had bamboo walls. Once again, air kept flowing through. I can hear some of y'all now because you don't even realize how much you love your colonizer. You're gonna say, oh, but those regions, they have different building materials than Europe. Well, Europe done stole everything else. You telling me they're bad boosters? They don't even know what to steal? Baby, stop giving these people a pass. They don't know what they're doing. They just know how to keep pouring money into war. And now we all at risk.
Welcome back to the Voice of the Voiceless, the place where we explain difficult topics in simple and clear words. In today's video, we are looking at a debate about skin color, heat, melanin, and human genetics. The clips we are about to watch show people reacting to a very hot weather in Europe and America. Some speakers say darker skin gives better protection from strong sunlight, while lighter skin can burn more easily. Others go too far and claim that one race has better genes than another. That idea is not correct. Human beings are one species that no race is naturally superior to another. Different skin colors develop over time as people adapted to different amounts of sunlight in different parts of the world. Darker skin has more melanin, which can offer more protection from ultraviolet rays. Lighter skin can help the body make vitamin D in places with less sunlight. These are differences in adaptation, not proof that one group is better. As you watch, listen carefully to the claims being made and remember that strong opinions are not always facts. Now watch the first set of clips, and after the clips, we will return with a clear commentary on what the science actually says.
More Europeans die every year from heat-related illness than Americans do from gun violence.
Not only is it true, I looked it up. The excuse that the buildings are so old and they don't want to mess them up by putting in AC sounds ridiculous because lives are at risk. Just like when Europeans say lives are at risk, so it's ridiculous that America can't pass pew-pew control laws. I actually love old architecture, I wouldn't want to mess it up. But I didn't realize the number of European fatalities due to heat-related illness is so dramatically high.
You did not know in Germany there's no AC because having it is a crime here. That you go to hospitals, all the patients are on their last breath and they're like,
Just a reminder, more Europeans die every year from heat-related illness than Americans do from gun violence.
Are you normal? Bro, yes, your house is hot. You know how much cost electricity in Italy?
The Europeans are going back home from their trip to the United States and they're saying that they can't sleep because they don't have AC.
I put the tinfoil on the window, especially the southern facing windows because they get the most sun. I was able to raise the set temperature of my AC.
I'm a Floridian in Europe for this big heat wave they're having, and let me tell you that it doesn't even compare. It would be comparable to like an early May type of warmth in Florida.
How old were you when you learned that Europeans don't have AC? 110 degrees, and you don't have any AC. May God be with you, eh?
Hanging blankets to cover their back porch and windows. Let me know if I'm the only one going to these extreme lengths to keep my house cool.
It is 100 degrees today, and nowhere has AC still. Restaurants, nope. Hospitals, nope.
No, our windows open different. We can't install window units in our windows.
Perfect. Oh my god.
Isn't it great?
Chris!
I know, it's my dream.
You seriously need to stop telling British people or people who live in the UK to just buy AC. The heat is not that bad. Because if you live in the Middle East, if you live in Asia, or God forbid, if you live in fucking America, where your societies are actually built for heat, you have no idea how detrimental it would be if everyone in the UK right now were to just to go out and buy AC. You have no idea what you are talking about. You see, what's not clocking to you, and if you have more than one brain cell, you should be able to follow, but most people who live in this country live in houses made out of red brick and cement. Not wood and straw like it is in America, but we are living in houses made out of red brick and cement. Not normal brick, but red brick. Do you want to know what red bricks are used for? Red bricks are literally used for Italian ovens. Red brick is literally used as a thermal buffer to trap heat into our homes, into a space. And that's followed by the majority of our homes having very small windows that are double insulated for that very reason, to trap heat. Now, everything that I just said is important because if we were all to get AC and install it into our houses tomorrow, not only would that be detrimental and unsustainable for our power and energy grid as the tiny bumfuck country that we are, but it will also cost the average household hundreds, if not thousands of pounds. Money, by the way, that the average person in this country just quite frankly does not have. And mind you, the summer is supposed to be a cooling period for energy bills for a lot of us because we're not supposed to be worrying about heating our homes like we do in the winter. Now that luxury is literally getting taken away from our hands. Current infrastructure that is currently implemented in the UK is actively working against the average person. It is not any of our fault as UK British citizens that you do not understand that as a foreign person. Okay, I hope that has cleared it up.
Europe is suffocating under an unprecedented heat wave. One of the strangest weather patterns on Earth is fueling this extreme event, making it one of the most intense heat waves the continent has ever experienced. According to media reports, temperatures have climbed above 104 degrees Fahrenheit, 40 degrees Celsius, across parts of France, Spain, Italy, and the United Kingdom. Red alerts have been issued, schools have closed, and dozens of heat-related deaths have been reported. In some cities, traffic lights have warped, while roads and subway station floors have started to soften under the extreme heat. Videos have also gone viral on social media, showing people claiming they can cook food using nothing but the intense heat from the sun. According to media reports, more than 1,300 excess deaths have been recorded across Europe since June 21st. In France alone, health authorities have reported around 1,000 excess deaths during just a few days of the heat wave's peak, most of them involving older adults. Officials say that number could rise as more data becomes available. Officials are urging everyone to stay safe and avoid direct sunlight. May God ease this heat wave for everyone.
What is happening in these clips is a mix of science, experience, jokes, and false claims. It is true that melanin helps protect the skin from ultraviolet radiation, and people with lighter skin may burn faster in strong sunlight. However, darker skin does not make anyone safe from heat illness. dehydration, or skin cancer. Everyone can be harmed by extreme heat. It is also wrong to
There's
say
some
that white
discourse on
skin
Twitter
is
this
a
week about how
defect
the British
or
handle
that black
heat,
genes
and I'm
are
gonna be
superior.
honest. I
Human
can't tell
traits
if you're
are
being
complex,
serious or
and
if you're
genes
just
do not
trolling
fit into
us. Like, I've
simple
always
racial
known that a
boxes.
lot of people in
Some
the
speakers
UK
also
don't
talk
have
about
AC, and
eye
that's
color,
horrifying enough for me.
malaria,
But the way people talk about getting
and
AC over there, you
African
think someone
genetic
said, "Have you
diversity.
considered getting a
A
second
few
home in
of these
Monaco?" Like,
topics
we're
have
talking about a
scientific
window
background,
unit, not a
but the
kidney
clip
transplant.
often
And I know that
simplify
everyone's
them or use
situation is
them
different. Like, I
to support racial pride. That can mislead viewers. The better question is not which race is stronger. The better question is how did humans adapt to different environments? Do you think social media makes scientific topics harder to understand by turning them into racial competition? Share your thoughts in the comment section. Now let's continue watching more clips, and after that we will return again with our commentary.
Warning, the heat is so extreme it is dissolving people's muscles from the inside and shutting down their organs. And even those in their home are not safe. People were terrified after the heat wave in the UK caused cardiac arrest to surge by more than a third across the capital, with the ambulance service logging a record of nearly 10,000 emergency calls in a single day. Haunty reports show roads reaching 140 degrees and crumbling, rail tracks buckling and shutting down entire train lines, and the ground so dry there is a 100% chance that a single spark will set it on fire, with the country placed on red wildlife alert for only the second time in history. But it gets worse as authorities are now ordering residents to permanently remove their AC during the hottest stretch of the heat wave, claiming they violate the law, all in a country where thousands are already gone from that heat. And this is not just the UK, as the same heat is now tearing across 13 countries in Europe and pushing New York, Philadelphia, and Boston past temperatures they have not seen in over a decade. But if you want to drop the heat 18 degrees in 10 seconds and use the ice mist feature which feels like AC, check out the A-Coolie fan link in bio. Use my name on screen for 20% off.
It is hot. It is so hot here in France that it is hotter than 99% of the rest of the planet. And when it comes to per capita deaths because of the heat, it is Europe that leads the world. Now, there are many reasons for that, but a big one is that air conditioning is hard to come by. As the song goes, Paris in the summer when it sizzles. Fans are flying off the shelves. Rationing here, only one per customer. And air conditioning? Did they sell out or they just sell out? Oh, they sold out. Zachary Ullman, originally from Louisville, Kentucky, says the French are racing to adapt. I mean, do they have a choice?
Oh, I don't think so.
This latest heat wave is exposing more than just bathing suits. Unlike much of the United States, air conditioning is the exception, not the rule. Here in France, only about 1 in 4 homes has it. European regulations in some ways discourage it. Many historic buildings don't allow you to install units to preserve cultural heritage. Though rare, you can be fined tens of thousands of dollars for breaking the law. In Geneva, you have to show a medical need. But taboos are being reconsidered like never before. Many here still remember Europe's catastrophic heat wave of 2003, when more than 70,000 people died after 16 days of relentless heat. Cooling centers, public alerts, and emergency plans are now activated much sooner. The record heat is forcing every creature to adapt on 4 legs and 2. On the hottest day of the year, you decided today's the day.
Today's the day.
But officials warn against it. Already, at least 40 people have drowned trying to cool off in lakes, rivers, and canals across France. Europe learned to survive winter centuries ago. Now, it's racing to adapt to summer. Now, one reason that air conditioning is hard to come by is energy prices. They have been soaring since the war in Ukraine and the war in Iran.
We hope you have now seen exactly what is happening in these clips. The truth is simple. Skin color affects how the body responds to sunlight, but it doesn't decide a person's value, intelligence, strength, or future. Darker skin contains more melanin and can reduce some damage from ultraviolet rays. Lighter skin can be more sensitive to sunlight and may require stronger protection. Still, people of every skin color need water, shade, sunscreen, cold spaces, and medical help during extreme heat. Climate change and poor building design can make heat waves dangerous for everyone. We should be careful with claims about race and genetics. What's like superior and inferior? have been used for a long time to justify racism. Good science does not rank races, it studies how human populations changed and adapted over many generations. The best lesson is to respect human differences without turning them into a contest. We can be proud of our identity while accepting that all people belong to the same human family. Thank you for watching The Voice of the Voiceless. Please do well to subscribe to this channel, leave your thought in the comment section, and share it to as many people as possible for more thoughtful discussions. Thank you and see you in the next video.